Whole crowd went nuts, and the hair on my neck stood up. I'll give it to Disney. But is Disney the only company that can make a place go crazy by fixing what they broke?
Yes. But they made something in the first place that was so awesome.
Two dads on a mission, chasing magic through the parks. From rope drop to the fireworks, lighting up the dark. Yeah, we're the wildest dads in the wilderness on the ultimate ride. Buckle up, the adventure starts tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome in to the wildest dads in the wilderness. I'm Caleb. Got my good buddy Landon with me. We had vacation. We're well rested. We've got a lot of Disney news. Landon, we ready, brother?
Is something going down this week? I've been out of town, been out of touch.
Been out of town, been out of the loop. Yeah. I hope you looked at it a little bit.
Yeah. Dude, apparently there's something going down out on the West Coast with all these Disney fans gathering around.
I've got my notes app. I might have enough for the both of us. So just
hope
hang
so,
tight.
Because my vacation, I've been on about a 5-day vacation, and it has been strictly a vacation, no work involved at all. So when I heard it was the same weekend as D23, I thought, oh, here it goes. We're going to have to shoot from the hip with a blindfold on tonight. So we'll see what happens.
Might throw you a few curveballs to see if you catch on.
Here's a game!
Well, but before we get into that, we do have a bit of an announcement to make. We've teased it out before, but the Wildest Dads in the Wilderness merch is finally live. I say merch. It's all T-shirts. Man, we may dive into something else later, but right now, I think we're doing good. We got the T-shirts up and rolling.
Get you merch. Get you T-shirts. Get you merch.
If you want to find a way to support the show, we've got some classic Wildest Dads with our good-looking faces on it. We've got some coffee and cues, some brews and cues. You can get you a Grandpa Disney shirt.
Is that one live? Is the Grandpa live. Disney? Let's
Grandpa
go.
Disney. Well, it's not right this moment. You sent it to me. By the time this comes out, it will be.
Yeah. That's the one y'all need to buy up. It's a wicked shirt.
Yeah, get you a Grandpa Disney one. And, we appreciate the support in the show. The best thing you can do to support the show is tell people about it. But if you wear us around town, that'll work too.
And maybe it'll raise up a few questions with your work peers or your pickleball peers, and you can kind of explain to them what we're all about. So buy you some merch.
We'd appreciate it. But without further ado,
got some stuff to talk about. You got a drop for it?
There's a little bit of theme park news that we reckon we should talk about.
I figured they'd cover the whole episode.
There's a whole lot of theme park news.
Theme park and movie news. I didn't really look into the movies. I'm not going to lie to you. I think we're going to stick to the theme parks.
I don't think there's much to it outside of just some names being, here's what's coming. Some of them don't even have dates yet, so.
Well, we'll go ahead. Frozen 3, Coco 3.
Coco 2.
I am interested.
2, I think.
I'm around Coco 2.
Yeah.
Coco 2 and 3. They're just going to keep going.
Encanto.
I am a Ryan Gosling fan, so I am interested in the Starfighter Star Wars movie. I think there's potential for that to be pretty cool. I saw a little bit of Bluey movie, live action Lilo and Stitch, Zootopia 3. I didn't know about that. Zootopia 3. So there's some cool stuff.
So I told my wife I was going to say it. She said they need to start making new stuff and quit just making 2s and 3s and 4s because they're starting to. I don't think she's a big Zootopia 2 fan. And then Frozen 2 kind of was off the rails too. Like it was kind of took a.
I am the only one in my vicinity who could not stand that movie. Let's go ahead. We'll get to D23 in a minute. That's the dumbest plot for a movie.
Should we start slamming some stuff?
That is the worst plot of a movie I've ever seen.
So where do we go for Frozen
life.
3? Where are we going for Frozen 3?
Hopefully better than Frozen 2. I don't know. I try not to watch trailers for movies that I know I'm going to watch, and I know I'm going to watch that. But Frozen 2, I don't know how you get from... Like, the music was good.
Yeah, still not sure that I'm caught up with what they're doing
from like,
either.
oh, there's a problem. What's the best answer? we're going to flood the town.
Right.
Like, that's just terrible leadership on Anna's part. Like, that's dumb.
Terrible leadership.
It's awful leadership.
I feel like I've drafted her a few times in some games, so I'm not call it bad leadership because maybe she's been a team captain of mine. But
how many villages I find in the woods, I'm not going to flood the town that I'm leading.
I couldn't follow Frozen 2. Couldn't really follow it.
It worked out, but
yeah, so I don't really know where we're going for. I do have high hopes for the Coco 2. I think from what I heard, I don't know how confirmed it is, but what is it? Ernesto de la Cruz is coming back for revenge on Miguel.
Don't tell me that. I just told you I don't watch trailers. Spoiler.
I don't watch trailers either, but I heard it, so it'd be interesting to see where we go from there.
No, it will be.
I could get behind a Coco 2, but these 3s and 4s we've talked about before. I think with Darius, how I'm as big of a Toy Story fan as I am. They should have stopped at 3, 4, and 5 are kind of they were money makers is all it was, just a money grab.
Yeah, fair enough. All right,
and there's your movie segment for D23.
That's the movie. Yeah, let's get to the theme parks. I'm gonna kind of go in a little bit of the order that they went in. The first one, it may not be the exact order. I don't know when I started taking notes. Refreshing Spaceship Earth. They gave very little information about. I bet you probably didn't even. Did you end up watching the show?
Yeah, like first 30 minutes, and then just like clips that I saw vloggers post.
They said it's currently about human connection, and they're going to make it about human communication, and they're going to make it about human connection. Whatever that means.
I don't either.
So that's good.
I don't really know. You probably know more about the wording than I do. What Disney uses a refreshing wording that doesn't sound like they're redoing the whole ride. They might just be hitting some different scenes.
Spaceship Earth has been refreshed a few times where they'll have different announcers and stuff. Like it used to be like Jeremy Irons, and I think there was somebody else before that. They're on their third or fourth like voiceover person.
A narrator, yeah.
Yeah. So I imagine there'll probably be a new one of those too. But I'll be interested to see what it is. Speaking of seeing the first 30 minutes of the show, though.
I know. I was going to do want to get into the...
I can't believe I skipped over that, because that was... There were a lot of people poo-pooing the D23 overall. But, like...
Poo-poo.
I thought the show aspect of it was fantastic.
So it took me, I think it was like 18 minutes or something like that for like the what I call the opening monologue, which that's not what it was.
Yeah.
It was it was a show, obvious, but it took me probably, if it was 18 minutes long, it probably took me 12 to realize, oh, this is the Carousel of Progress, even though they're calling it the
I knew you were going
Horizons
to
of
get
Carousel. Dude, at about, it was a 12 or 13 minutes, I was like, I'm glad I called on before Caleb dropped that bomb on me on the podcast.
There were so many like deep Disney cuts, and I was literally sitting there watching it like, man, I hate that Landon's not going to get any of this stuff.
None of them.
But I mean, like hardcore Disney fan, like.
Well, now I would notice the crowd would cheer when there would be obviously somebody that the Disney community that's deeper than me knew.
Yeah.
So I could kind of catch a hint there, but I didn't do any research on who that person might be. I know there's probably 3 or 4 different occasions.
I was getting impressed that they were like, I don't know, they were kind of, well, I was impressed at first that they were making fun of the Yeti thing, and then they said they were going to fix the Yeti. Spoiler alert. But I'm just a huge Neil Patrick Harris fan, too. I was like, cool. I'm sure I've made you watch his, like, opening of the Tony Awards, where you may have no idea what I'm talking about right now. I watch it, like, a few times a year. I've definitely made you watch it before.
I've seen it. It's been a minute.
He had this, like, wild opening number where he, like...
I feel like you sent it to me back then. Back before we were,
I feel like
communicating on the reg.
One time.
Yeah.
No, this was, like... way
when we were younger.
I think
I had to look it up.
Yeah. But anyway,
yeah, I thought that the opening script was very good. He's a solid host.
He is so natural, like just I don't know. Yeah, he was great. So we got the Spaceship Earth, and then we actually got to the updating of the Carousel of Progress, which was, I don't remember the exact years that the Carousel of Progress is now. But Carousel of Progress, and they didn't say all this in the show, but I looked it up. Obviously getting a refresh. The mom and dad are going to be voiced by Bryan Cranston and Jamie Lee Curtis.
Mhm.
And then it's going to go from like 1969 moon landing to
80s, maybe.
1985 Halloween to 1999 New Year's Eve, and then off into the future. So I think that'll be pretty cool. And I'm excited that Bryan Cranston and Jamie Lee Curtis are.
Now, is that big in the Disney community, those two names? I know Jamie Lee Curtis has kind of always been around, but
No, I don't think in particular. I'm just fans of both. Think it'll be pretty cool. Let's see. And then we got the obviously just mention it, fixing the Disco Yeti. That's gonna be.
so I was like, should I just go hard on this? Like, should I go hard on it? And I will state how I felt right here, right now, when I watched it and they posted the Yeti on the screen and the whole crowd went nuts and the hair on my neck stood up. I'll give it to Disney. But is Disney the only company that can make a place go crazy by fixing what they broke?
Yes.
Like literally,
It's still fantastic, though.
people are losing their mind all because we're gonna fix something that's broke of ours. Like, we got something that's
But
broke, it's not working, and we're gonna fix
They
it.
made something in the first place that was so awesome and ambitious.
We ain't talking about that though.
No,
we're not talking about
but,
that.
No, we are. I'm going somewhere with it. It was so awesome and ambitious that when it broke, they couldn't figure out how to fix it.
Yeah,
they
it's gonna
went
take
so
money
hard
and
in
pretty
the
much a
paint.
bulldozer. Yeah, it's like a start
Yeah.
from the ground up again.
Thing had like an airline engine in it.
Yeah,
Like, I mean, they made that thing bad to the bone.
like I kind of shivered when I saw it, and
You've never had that thing swipe at you.
we're gonna bring it back to life, and I was like, dang, that's cool. And then I was like, wait a second, everybody all
Y'all
fired
broke
up because they're just gonna fix what's broke. But no, I think that's absolutely awesome. It'll be interesting to see what kind of shutdown requirement is ahead of us with this. Are they going to shut it down is it going to be a 6-month refurbishment to get this thing working? Like, is it as big of an undertaking as they originally claimed? Because I know it's supposed to be expensive and a very big construction job to get this thing back up and working.
I recall, I think I watched in a documentary, which is a little bit of foreshadowing. So somebody who we may have on the show soon we may have an Imagineer on the show soon who had something to do with the Everest and the Yeti being built. But
Shout
so
out Bob Iger.
he can probably confirm. But I'm pretty sure that the Yeti, the mountain, and the coaster all have like separate bases to them. And in the way that it was built, the base of the Yeti ended up cracking because it was so powerful. And they didn't build a way to get to the base. They built a way to get to the Yeti. So I think they'll probably have to tear down either some coaster or some mountain to get down there to fix the base. I think was the whole issue of like, we're going to have to dismantle, coaster or mountain to fix the Yeti.
That was really I joked around about.
So I might
fixing something that's broke, but
say it takes a year. Like, it's going to be shut down a while. But,
and that was one thing I was everybody's all fired up about it. But with that, announcement of fixing the Yeti comes a Expedition Everest shutdown of, whatever extended period of time. So, hopefully it don't happen while I have a trip planned there, but we'll see. In the long run, it'll be well worth it.
Yeah, no doubt.
That was the biggest one in my opinion. That one felt like it got the most, woohoo hollering at the event for sure. But did you think that was the biggest announcement?
I mean, I think we got some really good info on some other stuff. I do think, and just scrolling through
Or the
Instagram,
most like jaw dropping, kind of like hit you in the face. I feel like some people kind of heard some stuff about what we'll talk about in a little bit, but
I mean,
didn't really hear much
what
about
I
the Yeti.
liked about it, scrolling through Instagram, some folks made some good points of like, I think Disney is really taking a step back and listening to the fans. That's why, especially, I don't know if it's a Josh Tomorrow thing or what it is, but I feel like they're kind of taking a step back and like doing a lot of the little things that people have been asking for a long time, like the fixing the Yeti and the refreshing Tomorrowland. Because I mean, Tomorrowland's supposed to be, the future, and it's currently outdated.
Yeah,
When we get to like the Figment stuff, like nobody
Yeah.
wanted Figment changed in the first place, and now they're changing. So it is a lot of them kind of undoing and fixing things, but I still think that's progress in the right direction because we were kind of getting off the rails a little bit, you know.
Now, would
So
you
yeah,
call
I think
this
that was a
a
huge one.
Josh Tomorrow D23? Because if a D23 event is every 2 years, a lot of this is stuff that probably Tomorrow didn't have his CEO cap on while it was getting approved.
I would bet yeah, maybe
I mean,
so.
yeah, he has his hand in it for
To
sure,
fixing,
but
but some he
this
may have
definitely
had
isn't
some of the
not
stuff
Bob
just
Iger's
because
projects either.
I'd say, I mean, the fixing the Yeti and the Tomorrowland thing. Like the Tomorrowland thing was super vague. That may be 10 years from now. Like who
And
really
what does
knows?
it even mean? Everybody's like, so to the Tomorrowland thing. This is a Disneyland. Did they used to have? They had a people mover. The OG people mover was there. Is that what it was? And everybody's wondering if it's going to come back, but nothing's been announced about the people mover
I
there.
didn't actually dive into it. I don't know. Never
I
been
think
to
that's what
Disneyland.
Well, I definitely haven't either. But that's what I'm hearing. It sounds like is they're wondering if I think it's the people mover. If they're bringing the people mover back, we'll see.
Okay.
y'all hang tight. If we hear anything, we'll let you know.
Yeah. No, but say okay. So the next one that I saw, I thought the Indiana Jones one there were some pretty big announcements there because I don't know that we really knew anything about that one. Got the name of it, Indiana Jones and the Myth of the Jade Serpent. I tried to write down kind of what they were saying. You're gonna go inside of a Mayan temple in the 1950s, and kind of the storyline is according to local lore, there's a passageway to the Mayan underworld inside the temple, and then once you go in, you're sucked into a portal, and then everything becomes what is it? Oh, and then the legend becomes real, and it says there's gonna be monstrous bats, huge scorpions, fire, and snakes that are guarding the underworld. So like that sounds like it's gonna be terrifying.
The man himself's gonna make an appearance.
The man himself, which that was another surprising announcement. Of like I've never ridden an Indiana Jones ride, but I guess I've just always assumed.
Yeah,
it said Harrison Ford.
This is Harrison
since,
Ford's first appearance in Disney, like as far as the parks. Crazy.
I did. I mean, I do remember watching Indiana Jones ride through and being like, that doesn't look a whole lot like him, but why?
And I was
Maybe
thinking
there's
back
another
to
reason,
even
but
wasn't the stunt spectacular? Did they even mention his name either, or maybe they say we're looking, stunt doubles for
they mention it. I mean, they mention it.
Harrison Ford. Yeah, I don't know, but it's crazy to think that they've never used, I guess, his IP for Disney rides. That'd be cool. He is Indiana Jones, so
yeah. Well, that sounded like an issue. I'm glad they put that there. I mean, dinosaur also scared me. I'm not scared. I mean, I'm not scared of like the Expedition Everest and the coasters and all that. It's the animatronics that get me.
The snakes, man. The animatronics.
Why do
these are animatronics here?
These are animals. Those are some mythical animals.
Like the Yeti is an animatronic.
Yeah. All right, and then right next door to it, we had this wasn't that exciting, but the El Carrusel de los Animalitos. I'm pretty sure I said that.
Let me pull it up because I looked it up. Because while watching it, they were like, "Here's the 22 animals that's going to be on the carousel."
Right.
And you're watching it, you're like, "Oh, that's a lot of animals." But then I got it, I pulled it up and zoomed in on it. Man, we got some cool animals. I'll be riding this thing with my little kids. Just a list. We've got Bambi, Kevin from Up, Pua, and I saw Hey Hey on there, Timon and Pumbaa, and I think Simba. Who else? I know I saw Eeyore. The owl, I think, from Winnie the Pooh is going to be on there. The little guy from Tangled. The little green.
Pascal.
It's going to be some cool, like, Scuttle from, was that Little Mermaid? He'll be on there. It's going to have some cool riders,
They're all pulled from other stuff.
And so as I got looking at it, I was like, those are like the movies I grew, not that I grew up on, but that are in my household now. If Bambi, obviously I did grow up on, and in Lion King, but I thought this would be cool to have to stand on the thing while my kids ride around and around. So it'd be cool to be a part of that. The
No,
thing is, we don't have
that
dates
will
for
be cool.
some of this stuff, so we're looking maybe 2030.
Yeah. I
But,
think
yeah, potentially maybe 2028, 2029. But
I think it'll be a little before 2030.
I
But
know what we'll talk about monsters. That was the only thing I really heard a date on. So
yeah. And yeah, in the past some of their stuff has taken a little bit longer, but it seems like they're cooking a little bit. But then you had Antonio's Fiesta Day in Kanto. You're in Casita on Antonio, Casita the house, on Antonio's gift day. The ride vehicles are made of furniture from throughout the house, and the house is taking you kind of around on a tour. You go upstairs into Antonio's room, and it's a full-on rainforest. That sounds pretty cool.
it's gonna be a very vibrant ride. I also heard, I think this is the ride. There's no high, ride height. That's big when you're having kids and taking young kids. No ride height is kind of the first thing you're wanting to hear, to be honest. So, especially kids who like the Encanto movie. So,
Well, then they followed that up with talking about a Coco ride in Disneyland, because I think they were piggybacking on the no ride height thing, and that one, like, you go through like a museum of Hector, like his actual grandfather, and then like you go on like a boat tour through like what was it? I've got it down here in my notes somewhere.
This was you, because I didn't hear anything
you
about
go
the
through
Coco ride.
You travel by boat through the land of the dead. I think they said through Miguel's memory, or maybe it was through Hector's memory.
Now this will be a colorful ride.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be really cool. And they asked everybody at D23 to write their favorite Disneyland memories. And they're going to plant a giant tree outside of the Coco ride, and they're going to bury everybody's... It's like the whole thing's about memories. So they're going to bury everyone's Disneyland memories under the tree when they plant the tree. I was like, cool. That's actually pretty cool. So I thought that was awesome. So excited about that one. I'm like, I liked Encanto fine. That's not like a top tier for me, but that land needed an upgrade for sure.
It's one that I can watch all the way through and never be bored. It's not bad.
Yeah, great music. And then we got the Piston Peak National Park. I think this is probably what I'm most
some stomping grounds for the fanciers right here.
Yeah, it'll be all Brody's favorite.
But we got what's the bus, the animatronic they're doing? What's her name?
Miss Fritter.
Miss Fritter, yeah.
Miss Fritter's Daredevil.
I feel like they could have done a cooler animatronic. I
don't think we'd call that one an animatronic.
That's an animatronic.
That's a
automatronic
vehicle. You're going to have to copyright that.
Come up with something better than that. Come up with something better than that. It'll be cool. I don't know what the ride's going to entail. I don't know if that's going to be bumper cars, or I doubt it, but
it looked to me like it's not. I think that's like kind of the vibe, but I think it's going to be more of like an alien swirling saucers, where it's not.
I figured
just
it could have went that way too.
Do it now.
I thought it could have went that direction too, like kind of
definitely
a track system that, yeah.
But I think the vibe is going to give off more Demolition Derby, kind of intense, and she's hollering, and you may get close
chaos,
to some other vehicles.
All in, absolute chaos.
I think it'll be cool. And then you got the Cars Ridge Run Rally, which I think that's going to be sweet.
When if you know, I don't remember who the guy was. He's one of the high ups. I don't know if it was the chief creative officer, whoever it was that talked about this, but he was like, I can't wait to see this place at night. We're gonna have snow-capped mountains.
Yeah,
this is gonna be. You could tell that this is gonna be a jam up scenery. Like they're putting a lot of effort into this. Like he's already talking about he want to take his family there. Like it's gonna be a place. It's gonna be a sight to see for sure.
Yeah.
Even
and it
just
looks like it's different.
Sketch art's cool.
Yeah, it looks like it's different. When did you see the model?
Yeah, but I didn't like pause it and look at it or anything. That's kind of
pretty
saw it flash by.
So the Cars riding This is going to be, I think, technically a race, or like you're competing for the fastest lap. But like the cars riding Disneyland, it's 2 cars side by side that are like racing each other. And this looks like it's going to be 1 car. And you go up the
Kind of like
mountain.
a test track type,
more of a test
speed.
track.
Yeah.
But you head up the mountain, and it's all snowy on top of the mountain. And then when you come back down, it's supposed to be, I mean, you're just bouncing all the way down.
Yeah, I heard, it sounds like it's going to be a strap the buckles down because it's going to get a little hairy.
And then you hit
I've
through
heard
the
a couple
geyser
people talk
field
about
to
that.
finish the race.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was definitely going to be a rope drop time for some of the crew once it gets open. So,
and then you got they also announced a new Disney Junior style car show, which might be relevant to your house.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
Yeah.
Well, anywhere for AC though, we'll definitely hit it up. But I didn't see that one, the car show.
They mentioned it quickly right after they talked about the car stuff in the Horizons thing.
But even the Miss Fritters, I'm looking at the concept art right now. That's Miss Fritters. I mean, it'll be a cool automatronic. But it's just weird. You think? I mean,
you just
even
roll at it. You didn't have to think about it.
Yeah, I did. I thought about it as soon as I started looking at it. But you would think, Lightning McQueen or Mater, it's kind of a weird. I guess they're just wanting to branch out and try something new. Also, the chaos that Miss Fritter brings in the movie could be something.
I mean, I'm assuming Lightning McQueen and Mater have got to be somewhere in the land.
We know there was a Lightning McQueen one at the Lightning McQueen Racing Academy before it turned to Villains show.
Right.
And
when back before that, you used to meet him back towards the back of the park, I think.
So yeah, I don't know, Miss Fritter, it'd be cool. At first when I heard Miss Fritter's the cow tipping the big hoss, the combine. That's what I had in my head. But I was like, no, I think that's the actual school bus in the Derby. And
yeah.
It'd be fun. I think it'd be pretty sweet little whatever they turn that ride into.
I'm here for it. Well, and there was a building, I was saying that was like over kind of behind Haunted Mansion. Everybody was amped up, and they were thinking it might be like a Haunted Mansion parlor, like lounge or something, and that ended up being bathrooms. So,
hey, I love a solid bathroom. Yeah. I love a solid bathroom.
It'll be a real good potty. All right, and then we got Monstrapolis. I don't know, are you a big monsters guy?
Yeah, and I wasn't until we started just rolling it. We was rolling through it 2 times a day with my little guy, and now I realize this is an underrated movie.
It's a good one.
And maybe it's not underrated. Maybe people think it's top tier, but in my head I was just like, Monsters is not a good movie, and I don't even know if I'd ever even seen it all the way through when I was saying that. And then we started watching, and I was like, Mike and Sully, my boys. And then we're watching Monster U, and I like Monsters.
It's always been one of my favorites. So first we got the new theater show, Welcome to Monstropolis.
In the Glob Theater, not the Globe Theater. The Glob Theater.
Yeah. They've invited humans into their world. It's going to be hosted by Mike and Sully. This kind of my first thought hearing them talk about this was, are they going to keep the laugh floor open?
That's what I was going to say. Like,
it seemed like a similar vibe. I would kind of be surprised, especially if they end up like refreshing the Disney World Tomorrowland as well. I'd kind of be surprised if they kept that open and had this.
Yeah, and that kind of bugs me because, like I've always talked about, and I get made fun of on the podcast, but when we go into Magic Kingdom, we hang a right, and the first place we always walk through is Tomorrowland. So, with that being said, the Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor is one of the first things you see. When we start our Magic Kingdom day, or even our Disney World trip, is Tomorrowland is first in. And so it's always nice to see, the laugh floor right there, and we always hit it. And if they just move it to the other side of the park, it is what it is. But it kind of takes some of that, nostalgia out of the Tomorrowland for me. So I'm sure they'll put it in Monstropolis, but
I'm a huge laugh floor fan. I do see where maybe it doesn't fit in Tomorrowland though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That does feel like
especially if there's a
while I love it, it does feel like it was just kind of thrown over there.
Yeah.
So I could see that if you got a whole lane, opening up, getting the axe. Then you got Arch Scare Pig Pizza Restaurant. I'm assuming that's a quick service. They really just kind of glossed over that pretty quick, and there's another sit down in the land. The Monsters University Alumni Club, where they honor the elite scarers from the past. They literally said almost exactly that. And they
Yeah,
didn't
I
say
don't know
another
what
word.
that means.
I have no,
I heard that,
not a clue what that means.
and I don't know if this is just going to be like a funny little, walk through.
I felt
See
like
some
it'd be some sort of
pictures.
walkthrough.
Yeah,
I don't know.
nothing had me itching to go check that out when it opens for sure. Not yet.
The Scareporium, like the Emporium, but a monster store. I can get behind that. And then Harryhausen's restaurant, which I think a lot of people are going to be excited for.
My wife's
Not
going
a
to be
sushi
fired
guy.
up about this.
Yeah. No, mine was to.
There's an animatronic there.
Meaning you can go get some Ronto wraps while they do that.
Yeah. Hey, I can get down on some sushi too. It's just got to be fried. Can't have nothing raw.
Fried. So no.
Yeah, put some shrimp and some rice, and I'll eat it. We'll call it sushi.
I'm out. I think it'll be a cool vibe, though.
I think it'll be a hit because I think it's
I'll
kind
try
of a fancier feast that probably some folks are looking for. Like a lot of people's, wives who like sushi that, kind of get tired of eating the theme park pizza and chicken fingers. It might be there'll definitely be a wait list for the first while, I'm sure.
No doubt. No doubt. And then the big one, the Monsters Inc. Factory. I don't think they said a name for the ride, did they?
I don't know if it has an actual name, no.
I don't think they announced a name, but they said you are lifted 40 feet in the air in 4 seconds.
4 seconds. That's fast.
And then launched into the factory.
For those of y'all who
And I'm
can't
here
count to
for it.
4 seconds, that's up in the air in a minute. That's quick.
That's one of those. That's another one of those where they built a roller coaster into the movie. Like it is.
The only thing I'm seeing is the door coaster. So
Yeah, could not be more overdue, but gonna be awesome.
yeah, and I think I don't know if you ever I don't remember if it was Superman at Six Flags. It kind of has just a weird ride seat. You're kind of strapped in like Superman be flying.
Feet dangling.
Yeah, it'd be cool to have a kind of an adrenaline packed ride, another roller coaster. When they brought Tron in, that was really the first thing, adrenaline in that park in a minute. So
No.
yeah, I'd definitely be down to try it. Also, it's such a
Agreed.
cool movie, a movie scene that they can't really. It'd be hard to mess that one up. There's so much opportunity with that coaster.
Yeah, no, it's not going to be a basic coaster at all, no matter what they do with it. So excited to see it. And you I think you mentioned earlier, but opening, they said next year, right?
2027, yeah.
2027. So
Wow.
that's
right around the corner. That's
coming up
3
real
months,
quick.
3 months from now, 4 months from now.
Yeah.
So
Excited for that. All right, and then we got, which, the big old, I don't mind that they named it Villain's Land at all. I do think it makes sense. They did beat the drum leading up to that.
Bro, and then this is drop Villain's Land. You can almost hear the air get sucked out of the place. Like for real,
you could have just. Yeah, they should have just
something-
said. They should have said it
something
into the
else.
microphone.
Yeah,
That
it's
was-
Villain's Land, guys. It's Villain's Land. We're sticking with a theme. It's
Yeah.
Villain's Land. I'm
And
with
it makes
you.
sense. I get it. They were like, everything else says land. I'm like, no, you're right. Fantasyland, Tomorrowland, Adventureland. But you could have just said it. It's fine.
Yeah, you were right about that. They 100% just put that one on a pedestal just to reveal nothing at
Just
the
for the
end.
heck of it. So, enter into the dark forest, and you come across a broken, twisted wishing well. Someone made an evil wish, and it was so evil that it broke the well's magic and infected the land. I think it sounds
What's up
pretty
with
dope.
that? It's just
I don't know.
just something for the land.
I think they're just coming up with a storyline for why.
Kind of spooky, yeah.
Yeah.
Spooky
why
villain vibe.
the villain's land is there. I feel like that's more, I don't think the OG fantasy lands and all that have it, but I think we talked about a while back, like the epic universe. Like there's a whole storyline for
That
why
dark.
each land is there.
yeah.
There's something going on. I think even the Galaxy's Edge, I don't remember what it is, but I think there's a storyline for when you enter what's going
Just
on and why it's
the
there.
land itself.
Yeah. So I think that's just kind of the setup for, hey, here's what's going on here and here's why the land's here. And they said it's going to be completely immersive, compared it to Galaxy's Edge, which, I mean, that right there, like,
That's what they're going for.
yeah.
That's what they need to do
excited
everything
to
now.
see it. I'm not a big spooky guy, but if it's that much immersion when you walk in, then I'm in.
Yeah, definitely take a stroll through. It might be one that the kids start going, nah. We're gonna ease on back over here to
I tried taking
Piston
Annie
Peaks, but
in the Spooky Land and Epic Universe, and that didn't go well.
I could definitely see
but
my little
Maleficent
guy not
Coaster,
loving this.
you ride through. What did they? I think they called it the Enchanted Briar. I was
Yeah,
trying to take notes while they were talking, and you go like around Maleficent's castle. That one looked pretty cool.
Yeah,
I may have taken those notes wrong, but looked cool.
But the coaster seems kind of more. I use the word adrenaline, but just a kind of actual roller coaster. It seems maybe roller coaster vibes, adrenaline packed. I don't know, but
like it.
Yeah,
it looks more of kind of like what Universal does with some of their stuff.
Yeah, not a slow dart ride.
The dark ride looked bad to the bone, I thought.
The boat ride, yeah.
Yeah, you go into the catacombs beneath the Evil Queen's palace, and it sounded like it was the magic mirror invites you to like see things from his perspective or something.
Yeah, he'll be like
You see a bunch
narrating
of
the
different
ride.
villains.
It sounds like
That one sounds like it's a wild time. Like I'm excited to see what that is.
Yeah, we'll be hitting that one on during nap time because I don't see I'm loving that one.
Yeah,
that'd be screaming and hollering until we step off of the ride. So, yeah, the villains vibe is definitely one that's more older kid, adult friendly. I feel like, especially where I'm at with my kids. But as they grow, it'd be cool to see if they decide they want to adventure off into some of this.
They didn't say anything about any restaurants. I'm sure there's going to be
But what
some.
good opportunity for like not necessarily restaurants, but just like dessert stands, because every dart ride is going to be a chocolate-based cupcake, piece of pie, whatever. A good place to get coffee. Tower Terry coffee stand. I don't know why it hits different than the other coffee stands, but it definitely does. So I could definitely see some stands for maybe some sweets and some coffee, probably some brews as well.
Yeah, and I would think there's got to be like a legit restaurant somewhere too. Whether it's a quick service or a sit down, I would think they'll have something.
Yeah, I didn't see anything about food.
I didn't see anything for cars either. But I mean, between the two of them being back to back, you'd think they would have some food around somewhere. And then I was confused. I don't know if you were still watching on Horizons at this point. I thought it was awesome. They had Glenn Close out there as Cruella. And they had this thing where like Neil Patrick Harris and who was it, Tig Notaro, they were like dressed as like the two bad guys from Cruella de Vil. I don't remember what their names are.
Yeah.
And Cruella's standing there, and you see her back, and she's like, "Introduce me." So they're like, "It's like Cruella de Vil." And she turns around, and it was Glenn Close who plays Cruella in like the OG, like live action 101 Dalmatians 30 years ago. And she was out there.
The place went nuts, I'm sure.
Full character, screaming at people. Like, she didn't hold back. But she went on this huge tangent about having her own ride. She was like Maleficent gets a ride, I get a ride. And she was like hollering at the Imagineers, like, y'all get on it. Like, we're going to leave you right here and you're going to work on my ride.
That's some.
But I was like, are y'all just goofing around? Or is there a Cruella? Are you doing a Cruella ride? Like, they didn't say anything else about it.
That'd be something. I bet they're not just putting on a show for D23. I definitely bet they're dropping some hints for maybe some announcements at the 2028 D23. But
yeah,
we shall see. No, but I did not see that part. It'd been one of those parts where I saw the whole crowd going nuts. I've been like, what did they just say?
Been just as confused as the rest of them.
What am I missing here?
Yeah, that's Cruella. I've seen her. That was all I had for Villains Land. And then Figment returning to the original storyline.
So I had to look this up. And I know I'm not deep into Disney. I'm trying to get there. I had to get on ChatGPT, like, explain to me the nostalgia of Figment. Is it Dreamer? What's his name?
The Dream Finder.
Dream Finder. And I was like, am I missing the movie that Figment's in? Like, I've definitely seen him in, popcorn buckets and around Epcot. I didn't realize he's an Epcot character. I didn't realize he's the mascot of Epcot from OG Epcot. That's kind of cool. I call me green. I don't care. It is what it is. But like, I was like, I see why this hit home for they're finally listening to us talk.
Right. And that was one for me too. Like, I mean, I didn't know Figment was like the mascot. I'll be honest with you. I've ridden Figment maybe a handful of times. I couldn't, if you asked me right now to explain to you the OG storyline, I couldn't do it. I don't know. That's never one that super appealed to me. I can appreciate Figment, but glad they're going to fix whatever they messed up at some point. I did
it definitely sounds like the OG Epcot. It's not the same as it used to be crowd. I see where they're getting there. Like, they're wow, that's awesome. They get the smile put on their face for this. So that's really cool to see.
Yeah.
We're not just here to make the money. We're here to make it, our loyal fans happy.
It seemed like it. I was pleased with most of the, even though they weren't like all big stuff, but it seemed like they're listening to the little things that, people want fixed. And I mean, they weren't going to have that many announcements. Like, they announced all these lands and stuff 2 years ago. Like, you got to work on them after that. I did see, did you see any of the cruise ship announcement stuff?
I briefly saw that through. They're expanding the line, and are they building the kind of new style of ship, or they've already started that?
Yeah, 13 ships by late 2030. The Wish, which is the one I'm
What
about
are they
to go
at
on,
now?
is
They're at
Europe.
5?
No, I think they're at 10. I think it's just 3 more ships.
Okay.
I could be way wrong there. I don't know. It's a
I was just thinking the end of
20.
Is the end of 2030 meaning like 2031? I'm thinking like 2039, like late 2030.
2030s. No, I think it was by 2030.
That makes sense. I was thinking like,
That's what I'm
how many are they adding if it's 13
But
years
one
from
of
now?
them, they mix them up where they travel pretty frequently. But the Wish
Itineraries
is going to
and
go to
stuff
Europe.
change.
Do what? Yeah.
Like the
Wish is
itineraries
going to
and
go to
stuff.
Europe. Magic and Wonder are going to go to Alaska. And next year, the one that they're launching is the Disney Believe. And that is, that's the next one in the Wish class of ships. And it has got, the characters on the front of it are going to be Woody and Buzz.
I know. I did see that.
Floats
Now,
your
is
boat.
that on the front or the back? Isn't Tinkerbell going to be the
I was
pedestal
hoping you
on the
wouldn't question
front?
me on that because I wasn't sure.
I think Woody and Buzz are going to be on the back.
They're going to be on
and
the stern.
Tinkerbell is going to be,
If that
I don't
helps.
know, on the stern.
I may have that wrong too.
Hold on a second. I'll check with chat. And then was Moana going to be the statue in the, I guess, the Grand Hall or whatever you'd call that on a cruise ship? So am I looking up stern of a boat? Stern. The stern lies opposite of the bow. Thanks. Which one's which? All right, so the stern's going to be the back and the bow's going to be the front.
Okay. All right. So Woody
So I
and Buzz
think
on the back.
Tinkerbell is going to be on the
Tinkerbell on
front.
the front.
Yeah.
I can dig it.
But hey, I don't care. I'd still pick that ship. If it was going to Alaska in the wintertime, I still want to see Woody and Buzz on the back. So
I'm going to buy an Alaskan cruise. I'm in.
I feel like it'd be cool.
Some of
They
the
said
other
it's
stuff,
going to be the Wish lineup. That's the bigger boat. That's the
yeah. And I think they said
the grand finale. I guess it's the one you want to go on.
And they said the new boats are going to be like medium size. They're going to be bigger than the OGs, but they're going to be a little bit smaller than the
Cut
Wish
down
class.
on people on it and just.
Which they said will help us go places we've never gone before. I don't know what that means. I don't know if you need a certain size ship to go certain places.
Headed up the river.
Or if they're just talking. I don't know what that means. But
weird wording.
That was most of it from Disney World. I saw a few Avengers rides opening in Disneyland and in, I think it was
Tokyo
Shanghai
or Hong Kong. Yeah.
It was one
So
of those.
I think it was Hong Kong because I was like, man, I would love to take a trip there because we are Iron Man and Spider-Man till we
Yeah.
die right now. And I was like, man, I heard that this would be a great place to meet your Avengers characters. I was
Yeah.
like, man, I need to bring them to Magic Kingdom for a meet and greet because that's where we're headed. But yeah, the
Well, I
Avengers
liked it.
universe
They had
would be
all the
cool.
like OG Avengers like reprising their
Yeah, I
roles
saw Tony
too,
Stark
for it.
and
I thought that was cool. Did you see our guy John Stamos out there?
I did.
Talking about playing
The wildest
aging out
wildest
Iron
dads
Man.
on the wilderness. Yeah, I did see that. I did. I meant to show it to Paige, but I'd show her when we get done with this.
I thought that was pretty funny.
The Avengers campus. That's what I saw.
Then you got the Lion King ride in Disneyland Paris, kind of a retelling of Simba's story, and it's like a log flume ride, like Tiana's Bayou.
I'm sure
and
the people that kind of travel to different Disney parks are fired up about this a lot more than we are. But I'm not. I don't even care about Disneyland at the moment. I still have so much untouched, land in Orlando that I got to hit before I ever even care about going anywhere else. So we're not obviously
20
not.
years from now, buddy.
Yeah, y'all get that
You're
stuff
gonna
built.
love
We'll
it.
come check it out. We'll come check it out.
And then and I saw you're talking about the Spider-Man, Iron Man stuff. They said Shanghai is getting just a full Spider-Man land. There's nothing but Spider-Man.
might have been what I saw.
Getting his own land. So that should be interesting. And then there was a Sugar Rush Sweet Rescue in Tokyo Disney, which I
Now, did you
wasn't
see
really sure what that
the
was, but
animatronic of Wreck-It Ralph? Looks pretty sweet.
you just said it. You said it normal that time.
What animatronic? But he's not an animal.
Yeah, no,
He'd be like a.
no, you didn't. I mean, you're crushing it. I'm just giving you kudos.
No, yeah, the Wreck-It Ralph would be
I
pretty. I don't know
you
why.
mean the Ralph-O-Matronic?
The Ralph Matronic. There you go. Trademark. Suck it, Disney. We got this on lock. I don't know why I don't even remember. It's probably been a year or two ago. We was watching Wreck-It Ralph a lot. And it's just cool to see. I see Wreck-It Ralph, and I think it was the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, and I was like, "Hey, Ralph!" I don't know why. It's a movie you keep on replay for a while. You start have a connection to it, and I thought it was cool. He's gonna have a Ralph Matronic, whatever you call it.
They need a. I mean, for that one, I wish they'd do a racing ride.
Had to be a racing ride, almost like a customize your ride vehicle racing ride, just like the movie.
I would say like the Mario Kart one in Epic, but I didn't really like that ride. But like something that's more like I don't want a test track that's just moving, but like kind of gamified,
competition based. Yeah,
would be cool.
Maybe they're just trying to stay away from win loss because you don't want somebody to be mad that Landon smoked them. I don't know, but there's not much competition based.
I don't even
besides Toy
necessarily
Story
mean
Mania.
I don't even necessarily mean competition though, but more just the style of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like something versus something.
Yeah, when they did that on the Mario Kart one that we rode at Epic, and it's like you wear these goggles and you can see stuff in the goggles that you're shooting at while you're riding. But I felt like you couldn't really focus on that and the scenery at the same time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was kind of
They
one or
weren't
the
just
other.
3D glasses. They were like take in some chaos glasses.
So it kind of, you were like shooting turtles or something, kind of took away from the ride itself. I'd rather just have the ride.
Yeah. See the actual display of the ride and take it in. Yeah.
But brother, I've never written so many notes in my life. We leave anything out?
The big one outside of our Disney World was the Avengers campus. I thought that was a pretty cool talking point. And then the Wreck-It Ralph animatronic. I did think those two were kind of noteworthy for my interest. I did hear a lot of people kind of saying we expected more from this D23. I don't know much about it. This was really the first D23 I've ever paid attention to, if I'm being honest. I'd heard of what it was and stuff, but I don't know how crazy these things get in the past. Thought it was some cool info that they brought to us, and
I think what they were
detailing some stuff we already knew, I guess.
In my opinion, I think what they were lacking in entertainment, or lacking in announcements, they made up with entertainment. Like, there was no way they were going to match the announcements from 2 years ago when they announced the Villains Lane and the Monstropolis and all that. Like, they don't have that much to do. They're just working on building them. But I thought, like, just the actual show of it was awesome.
Yeah, it was very, like, ESPYs. Like, it was just very much like we put on a show. I saw what they put on Disney Plus. That was obviously award-winning cinema. Like, it wasn't cheaply done. It was for the fans at home. That was cool. Because in the past, you're just paying attention to the Instagram influencers.
It was for the hardcore theme park fans, too. It wasn't just your generic Disney. I mean, like I was saying at the beginning, like, I doubt you got half of it because it was like old school, like, theme park Disney nerd references. And I appreciated it. Thought it was cool. Bring in Neil Patrick Harris for all of those. I'll watch them.
I thought the production of it made up for, and like you said, you got all this stuff that we already know about. We know about Monstropolis. We know about Villains Land. This is stuff that takes 5 years to get, cutting the ribbon, gates open, start to finish. So, yeah, hey, we're calling it Villains Land. That's kind of a dud, like you said, but we're getting there. We're getting there.
I liked it.
And to the extent that they're going with these new lands too, with having to compete with Epic, it definitely just takes more time.
No, it does for sure. Does for sure.
You got anything else regarding D23 or?
Not regarding D23, but y'all don't forget to hit up our merch, which I'll say our merch. Look, we've got, spoiler alert, we've got t-shirts. If you're looking for some little bit finer, going to the parks, looking snazzy, also check out the link in our bio for Skipper in Maine. You can find both our merch and those sweet-looking Skipper in Maine shirts and shorts in the bio.
Yeah, you might have to wear one of those Skipper in Maine shirts to rope drop Monstropolis. Yeah, Harryhausen singing some sushi.
We need to get them on making a monster shirt. That'd be something.
Hey, might already have one in the making. You never know.
He may.
Y'all stay tuned. Well, if you ain't got anything else, that is it for this week's episode. Wherever you get your podcast, give us a follow. If it's on Apple, Spotify, if you're on YouTube, subscribe. And if you're on Instagram, give us a comment, shoot us a DM. You never know who we're going to reach out to. If you got any questions, shoot us a question as well. We'd love to answer them. Until next time on the Wildest Dads in the Wilderness. See ya.
See ya.